Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of the Weekly Swarm.
Woo!
As always, I'm your host, Matt Mauney.
And I'm Shannon Knepp.
Six-time Emmy-nominated actor and environmental activist Ed Beagley Jr. will be speaking at the Performing Arts Center at Georgia Southern at 7 p.m. on February 16th. Beagley Jr. is the current star of Gary Unmarried and Living with Ed. He will present his speech, Live Simply So That Others Can Simply Live. This speech will be a part of Georgia Southern's Living Green Month.
On Tuesday, February 17th, former United Nations Commander Lieutenant Romeo Dallaire will be coming to speak at the PAC. Dallaire was the commander of the United Nations during the Rwanda crisis of 1994, and he will come to talk to students about what that was like and his experiences dealing with this tragedy. The program will begin at 7 o'clock. On Thursday, February 12th at 7 p.m., the Vagina Monologues will be performed at the PAC as well. This is for students looking to be entertained with comedic and dramatic performances. This is the 10th year that the Vagina Monologues will be performed, and it's the 5th year at Georgia Southern. And now we can cut to Matt Mauney, who is with Ruben Hazlett, who is the co-producer and director of the Vagina Monologues.
All right, hello everyone, and I'm joined now with Ruben Hazlett. He is the co-producer and co-director of the Vagina Monologues for this year at Georgia Southern. Thanks for being with me, Ruben.
Thanks for having me.
And just tell me a little bit about the show, what it is, and what students can expect.
Okay, well the show, it got its start originally as a one-woman show in New York off-Broadway. Eve Ensler, who was a playwright and activist, she kind of started, based on conversations she had with her friends, other women that she knew, she started to go out into the field and she did lots of research, talking to women about their bodies and their life experiences. She went all over the United States and to several other countries. Kind of did that for about 2 years and then finally compiled it all to this one-woman show, the Vagina Monologues, which debuted off-Broadway in 1996. And since then it's kind of grown into this global campaign to raise money for various causes that try to end violence against women. It's performed in all 50 states and all over the world in different languages, I think 12 different languages. And to be able to get the rights to do the show, you have to commit to give 90% of your proceeds to a local charity that will help women who are victims of violence, and 10% goes to the global campaign. And the whole goal of this V-Day is what they call it, the V-Day Global Campaign. Their goal is to eradicate violence against women everywhere. And they say for as many years as it takes, they're going to be doing it. And hopefully, for as many years as it takes, we're going to be doing it at Georgia Southern.
Okay. And I understand this is the 10th year that...
This is the 10th year that it's been part of a global non-for-profit campaign.
Okay.
This is the 5th year that we've been doing it here at Georgia Southern.
Okay.
So it's kind of a big year in both respects for the V-Day campaign people and for us here at Georgia Southern.
Okay, and you mentioned about the local charity. Talk to me a little bit about what local charity is Georgia Southern.
Our local charity is the Statesboro Regional Sexual Assault Center, and our global charity this year is the Women of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. What we're hoping to do, we're hoping to give 90% of our proceeds straight to Statesboro Regional Sexual Assault Center. I believe if they don't have up and running a hotline now, they will with the benefit of that money. But we can just get them more resources, office supplies, and help them, that money will go a long way towards helping victims of sexual violence right here in Statesboro, Bullock County, and the surrounding counties. The 10% is going to go from all the different Vagina Monologues in the world to creating this City of Light, a big shelter in the Congo for women and girls who've been victims of sexual assault and rape and genital mutilation as a result of the political instability there.
Okay.
So it's going to do a lot of good.
All right, great. It sounds like a great cause. And lastly, just tell us where and how students can go and see this.
Okay, you can get your tickets in advance at the Russell Union Rotunda. The tickets are $5 in advance, $7 at the door. The production is next Thursday at 7:30. Doors open at 7 at the PAC. And this is our 5th year doing it. We've sold out every year we do this, so it's pretty important to get your ticket early. And it's cheaper, so that'll just work out better for you. The other thing is like, I would like to tell, I guess, anyone who would be interested, Like, it's totally fine if you're a little worried about going to a show called the Vagina Monologues. Like, they're going to talk about vaginas. They're going to say it a lot and in a lot of detail. And, you know, that not necessarily everyone's cup of tea, but if you sit down and listen, it's a really interesting show. It's entertaining. You're going to laugh. If you're in any way sensitive, you're probably going to cry. And you're going to spend your money towards a good cause. So come out anyway, even if it seems a little, like, skittish. Just show up. You're going to have a great time anyway.
All right, well put and well said. So definitely trying to make it out there this year for the 5th installment of the Vagina Monologues here at Georgia Southern. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so Shannon, what was your most memorable Valentine's Day experience?
Actually, mine was last year. I had a guy completely fool me. Got my roommate involved and told her to hide this bear and a card next to my bed. So the next morning when I woke up, I had a card and a bear sitting next to me and tickets to Vagina Monologues, actually. So that was my best one.
Very nice. What way to tie in the story?
I know, I was about to say, so it's kind of fitting. What about for you? How was your
you know, even though, you know, I'm no longer with this girl, I'd have to say my first Valentine's Day with my first true love, you know, get sappy over it.
Okay.
It was my high school sweetheart, and she was living in Atlanta at the time, and I came up for the weekend and put rose petals all the way up the stairs.
That's nice.
Leading to a nice dinner with a whole spread and everything. I cooked dinner for her. It was Italian. It was pretty good. I enjoyed cooking. So I'd probably say that, even though, you know, I'm no longer with her, it was definitely my most memorable experience. How about a worst experience? Do you have just one that you're just like, oh, I wish I didn't have this?
I do. First Valentine's Day, may I just add, I was like 16 when I had my first actual real Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, this was a good idea. He tried to be romantic, told me that we were going to go look at the stars. Didn't know that where we were going to go look at the stars was private property. And the police came and showed up, and we were also at the Y. So the police officer came up and asked if we were about to go skinny dipping, and threatened to arrest us if he was still there, if we were still there when he came back. So
nothing like a Valentine's Day spent in jail.
that was keeper. That was a good day. We didn't last much longer, that guy and I, after that.
Well, you know,
That's a
not
deal-breaker.
really on the list
That's a
of
deal-breaker.
places to spend a romantic, you know, getaway. You know,
Going to the
beach, dinner and a movie, going to the Y, and possibly ending up in prison.
Yes.
You know, it's...
And it didn't help that he actually told the police officer, the officer made some comment about skinny dipping, and he goes, well, I mean, if you would come 5 minutes later. I was like, oh, we're done. And we're done. So what about you? What was your worst?
You know, I'd have to say, you know, the Valentine's Days I spent without anybody. You know, obviously it's a lonely time of the year if you are single. But you know, with family and friends and stuff to keep you company, that's always good. You know, I enjoy it. I'm sure as girls do too, just going out with the guys, and hanging out, going to the bar, and whatnot. You know, that's what you do on Valentine's Day when you're single. But all right, well, that's all the time we have for this edition of the Weekly Swarm. We hope you enjoy it, and we hope you also come back next week for a new edition. It will be next Sunday. So for now, for Shannon Knepp, I'm Matt Mauney, saying so long.
See ya.